We're going to be asking Anne and Terri 10 speed round questions right now. Haha. So these are going to be super easy, 1 or 2 word answers if you feel like it, or a pair, like whatever you feel like answering. And I'm going to alternate between Terri and Anne. So let me start with Anne. If you could possess any magical ability, which one do you think you would want?
So many exciting choices. My first temptation is to go with flying, but I feel like probably more useful would be some kind of like magical superhuman patience.
I really, really like that answer. That's very cool. I like it. Terri, what fantasy creature would you want as a pet? And do you think you'd have a crazy name for it?
Gosh, I'm glad you gave me this question, not the one you gave Anne, because my answer to that other one would make you think less of me. I think I'm at the opposite end of Anne. I don't want patience. I want wrath. I have always been fond of unicorns, so I think maybe I would love a unicorn. And I'm really bad at naming things, so and probably to get my husband's permission to have the unicorn and stable it in the backyard, I probably have to let him name it. And he tends to name all our pets after traditional jazz artists. So like we have cats right now named Bebop, Manouche, and Bix. So my unicorn would probably be named something like Django or Duke or something
I'm
like that.
okay with that. That's really cool. I like it. And I like the unicorn. Anne, which fictional world would you like to live in for a few days?
Hard.
It's hard because there's so many good ones, I think.
There are a lot of really beautiful ones. It's kind of boring, but I might have to actually just go with Middle Earth just because it's so foundational to my becoming a fantasy fan in the first place, to my, I mean, there are definitely ones that have more wild and wacky and crazy things that would be fun to experience. But I think just, for going back to my roots, I might have to go with Middle Earth.
Totally with you on that one. I think spending a couple of days with Bilbo Baggins would not be a bad thing. Terri, how old were you when you saw your first scary movie? And now thinking back, do you think it was too young?
Well, I'll tell you that the movie that I remember as being terrifying was The Rescuers, which is a Disney movie. But and I haven't gone back and rewatched it. It took me years to figure out what this movie was, but I remember like the diamond was stuck in the teddy bear and they ripped the teddy bear open to get the diamond. And then the girl is a ghost or something. There's a ghost in it, I think. She's like blue and she falls down a well. There's some part of like blue glowing in a well. And like all of that terrified me so badly that I was scared. And I must have been 4, 5, 6. Like I was very young. Yeah, a lot of those early Disney movies. And then we saw Bambi when I was like 6, and Dumbo we watched at school when I was like in 3rd grade. Like I must have been 8 or 9. And like the pink elephant scene was like terrifying. So yes, I think early Disney movies are not for children. They are terrifying.
No, they are not.
Bambi almost broke my heart.
Yeah. That's horror, man. That is horror.
It truly is. Bambi, are you kidding me? Like, I mean, that's how you're going to start it? Really? Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
But I agree with you. And if you could spend a night in a haunted house, would you?
Probably not. I make absolutely no claims to being brave. I scare easily and it stays with me and it's in my imagination. And once it's in there, I can never get it out. As Terri referenced with some of those early movies that are supposed to be kids' movies, I was terrified of the Banshee from Darby O'Gill and the Little People for, years and years and years. So yeah. Now, certainly if it was one of those haunted houses that's, full on horror. Now, on the other hand, if there just happened to maybe be a spirit or something there, and maybe they weren't actually super malevolent, maybe I could go in there and have a little conversation and see what's up.
That sounds like a fun thing. Yeah. Terri, if you found a cursed object, should I be asking you this? If you found a cursed object, would you keep it or try to destroy it?
Oh God, I would destroy it in a heartbeat if I could. Yeah. In fact, one of my neighbors apparently when I lived in a condo, got a cursed object, and there was hauntings happening that like I was hearing people arguing early in the morning that couldn't possibly be. And when I talked to, I was like, I heard a man and a woman woman fighting in your unit, and it was two guys who lived there, and I was like, yeah, everything okay? They were like, oh yeah, that's the cursed object that we brought home from an antique store, and like, yeah, one of them was like kept waking up with like red welts, like and
Oh my
like had been
gosh.
attacked, and like, yeah, it was off the hook.
Okay, like I've got 5 ideas for stories right there. That's cool. And if you could swap lives with a character from any sci-fi or fantasy novel, who would it be? It doesn't have to be a novel too. It can be a TV show or anything.
So, one that struck me as particularly fun is called Tuesdays at the Castle. By Jessica Day George. It's a middle grade novel, and the main character lives in a castle, and the castle is kind of a, one of these characters in its own right, and it changes around and moves around, and passages shift, and there's a different room on, every Tuesday it shifts around, and she has a special bond with the castle, so she's the one who has the best ability to kind of map it and keep track of things, and that just sounds super fun.
Yes, actually, that's a lot of fun. I wish our houses could do that. That would be fun. Terri, if you could rewrite the ending of a sci-fi or fantasy series because you didn't like how it ended, which one would it be and what would you do with it?
We don't have time for me to list all of them that I would do. I hold a grudge, man. I am mad about a lot of series. Battlestar Galactica, looking at you.
Yeah. Yes.
Game of Thrones, the show, looking at you. You did my girl Daenerys dirty. Didn't like that at all. So those are the 2 big ones that come to mind, but there are a lot. And then anything that's ended on a cliffhanger where they got canceled. Didn't allow me.
There were quite a few, especially in the early days of, where they would have a really, something promising come on, and then one season and then
Netflix, the Nevers, like
yes.
setting aside Joss Whedon.
Firefly.
Firefly I never loved. Like it's okay, but I didn't love it. But like the Nevers, I'm like, I need to know where this is going because it's Victorian fantasy with space aliens. Apparently, I'm like, this is like,
it was
this is amazing. Yeah, where is this going? And so I'm so mad that got canceled.
Yes.
And for a while there, like
another
I
one.
could tell what was going to get canceled by what I liked to watch on TV. It was really terrible.
Yeah. And
But-
anything that's on Netflix.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm not even, Netflix, you're dead to me. I'm not watching your shows until it has 3 seasons because you just cancel everything after one season.
Even then, because
it's true. Umbrella Academy, looking at you.
And if you were assigned the role of captain of a light speed spaceship tomorrow, what would you go to explore for? Would it be for planet colonization, a search for alien life, or would you just like to just go fast anywhere?
I would enjoy searching for alien life. I think that would be very cool. Again, the practical side of me says we probably would not hurt us to look at colonization a little. Might want to go somewhere. Might want to go somewhere fast one of these years pretty soon.
That would be very nice, actually. Make a lot of ships so a lot of us can leave. Yeah, that would be very good. And then the last question, and it's for Terri, is if you found a hidden portal to another dimension, would you step through it? And what do you think would be on the other side?
That is a very good question. And I actually wrote a short story about this very topic in which the main character chose not to go through the portal. And as the main character in that story says, like, are you nuts? Like every time there's a portal story, there's people like with swords or evil wizards on the other side, like trying to kill us. Like, why would I go through the portal? So yeah, I would wait for other people to report back. Like, is it safe? If there's like talking animals over there and it's super cute and fun, sure. Okay, then I'll go. But sight unseen, nope. I'm just closing the wardrobe and walking away.
Ladies, thank you so much for so much. Thank you for being here today. Thank you for answering all these crazy questions. Thank you for a collaboration, which I think is going to be so wonderful, so exciting, and so much fun.
Yeah, so if you guys like these videos, please like, and especially please subscribe to our channel. And also after this, go over and subscribe to Strong Women Strange Worlds. That way, when these videos come out, when we do the collaboration videos, you'll know when they're going to come out, and you can watch them and get all the content that you want. If you just hit the notification bell, they'll notify you when they come out. So it's pretty easy.
Thank you so much, and we will see you next time. Bye.